Good morning, goddesses. How are you doing? This is Dee Savoy, your goddess whisperer, coming to you today to help you create the life you dream of, desire, and deserve. And we do that through our noonday messages and through other work that we do together. And so let's get started for today with our opening affirmation. So let's take a deep breath in and let it out. Take a deep breath into the belly and let it out. And one more time, a deep belly breath. And now, as we exhale, flatten the belly toward the rib cage and affirm with me. Every experience in my life has taught me something valuable. I give thanks for the lessons that shaped my strength. Excuse me. Goddesses, today we move from gratitude for ourselves and for people into the gratitude for our perspective, for the wisdom that only experience, both joyful and painful, could teach us. We're talking about the kind of gratitude that matures our soul. So here's a truth many people try to avoid. Not every blessing looks beautiful when it arrives. We always expect our blessings to come, wrapped in beautiful paper, and um, we think that true learning and true transformation is a beautiful thing. But we can't have that beautiful transformation without sometimes experiencing hardship or lack or not having what we desire or struggling to really create what it is that we desire. And we feel like maybe if there's any hardship along the way, we don't really deserve the things that we desire. But the truth of the matter is that many blessings come wrapped in confusion, heartbreak, endings, or some other kind of change. But every single experience carries a gift, not only if we have the courage to open it. Life's lessons are sacred initiations. They polish us, they stretch our compassion, they strengthen our intuition, and teach us discernment. Gratitude for life's lessons means refusing to label experiences as good or bad, only transformational. Because until we've really gone through that experience and we've come out on the other side, do we really understand what this lesson was trying to teach us or what the lesson itself might have been? Every why me season eventually becomes a thank you season, a moment where it's only a matter of perspective and timing. Seeing an event or an incident um, from being inside you never really truly grasp the whole encounter that you're having. This is a story I tell all the time. If you've heard it, then you know this story. But there was a time when I worked in a particular place, and I was always running. And one particular day, as I was traveling, another car cut me off as I was just about to exit the highway. And I was calling this driver every name except the child of God. And in my mind, because obviously he couldn't hear me, but little did I know that right around that curve where I would have exited the highway, there was a police car stop because there had already been an accident right there. And had I been going the same speed I had been going before I got cut off and I had to slam on the brakes and all this other stuff. If I had been going that same speed, I would have crashed right into a police car and another accident. So we don't always know when something that seems to be a bad thing is actually leading us in the direction that we actually need to go. Sometimes we do need to slow down and something comes down and slows us down. Sometimes we do need to speed up and something comes along that pushes us forward when we don't really feel like we're ready. But all of it is part of divine timing. Part of it, all of it is part of those divine lessons that you need to learn. So instead of viewing things that happen as good or bad, or we can think of them as being, undesirable or happy coincidences or whatever. But the less we label experiences that we have, the more we can understand their true message, which is really neither good or bad, but as we say, transformational. So then you can ask yourself, what did this particular challenge awaken in yourself? What did you start to do maybe a little bit differently, or to acknowledge a truth that you hadn't paid attention to before? Who did you become because of this season of going from why me to thank you, right? To thank you, Goddess, for whatever happened to me. What strength did you discover you had that you didn't even know you had before, thanks to this season of going from why me to thankfulness? And when you look back with gratitude instead of guilt or grief or shame or any of the other heavy emotions that may come up when things are not initially going our way, you release the emotions. And you let go of the charge that keeps you stuck. You turn pain into purpose. I know everybody says that these days, but it's the truth. You do turn the things that are painful to you into your purpose, and you allow them to fuel your purpose going forward. Not only that, you reclaim your power from the past. Because many times, when lessons come up for us, we can feel as if our power is being taken away because we don't feel a direct line between what we're doing and what our outcome is. And so you can sometimes feel as if, well, what's going on? Why is it working for me? When something actually is working for you, just not the way you think it should work. Okay. So let's close our eyes for a minute and bring to mind an incident for yourself. Maybe one like the one I was talking about before of being late and being cut off and averting potential disaster, or some other incident where you felt that there was difficulty in your path going forward. Bring your mind to one difficult experience that changed you. Don't know, breathe deeply and whisper, I now see the wisdom in what once wounded me. I now see the wisdom in what once wounded me. I now see the wisdom in what once wounded me. And let that energy soften into acceptance, because you are no longer at war with the past. You recognize that the things that happened in your past happened for a reason. And that reason is your own soul growth. So now you can recognize these incidents as being a teacher for you, and not a hindrance, but a teacher helping to direct you in the way that you need to go. And now for journaling practice, or this is something you can um, just really think about in depth, is what lesson am I finally ready to thank life for? what lesson are you finally ready to thank life for? And believe me, I'm very thankful for that car that cut me off. And the incident you're thinking about may be more serious, more delicate, but still, it is okay to be grateful for the lessons that you have been taught and the lessons you're willing to accept right now. And you can allow yourself to release the pain of that incident, but keep the wisdom you learned from that experience. My final blessing to you is may gratitude transform every shadow into light, every scar into wisdom, and every ending into a new beginning. And may you trust that every experience was a sacred step toward your wholeness. So if this message is speaking to you, please share one lesson you're grateful for on your journaling page, or you can come to our Facebook group, The Radiant Womb, or our other Facebook group, Awakening Your Inner Goddess, and let us know how you feel. Or you can always write to me directly. So thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Again, I'm Dee Savoie, and I will be, and I am, and will forever be your goddess whisperer. So take care now, and I will see you tomorrow.